bang, let me bang. Show me where your friends at, we can flip that. Let me put you on the game.
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 Show you where the red at, where the blue at. Show you where they flip that, where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game.
Let me put you on the game.
Let me put you on the game.
Let me put you on the game right there.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and we're going to talk about how you should handle women based upon what age bracket they're in, dating strategies based upon age. Now, obviously, there's an exception to every rule, so there's always going to be something a little bit different depending on what female you're talking to, but generally, okay, just off of the age of the woman you're dealing with, you can get a good concept of how you should handle her. We're going to break this down right here, right? So from 18 to 14, this is what I like to call the hoe phase, right? Now, if you're just looking to blow some backs out, this is the best time to just blow some backs out, right? Because this is also a period where I like to call free sex period, right? Women are basically just now getting out of the house, okay? They might have been getting some back blowing out in high school, depending on what type of family they have. But generally, they just now really getting out of the house, really being able to explore themselves. If you guys ever went to college, you already know some of your wildest sexual experiences are going to be with this age bracket. While you're in college, your parents ain't around, y'all got dorm rooms, y'all can do whatever y'all want, okay? Frat parties, threesomes, a lot of these things are going to happen here, okay? They're trying to figure out what they want to do with themselves. They're trying to discover who they are as a woman. They're trying to figure out what they want to do with the rest of their lives. This isn't usually a good age bracket to look for a relationship, all right? Now, I want to say this. This whole free sex thing ain't going to apply if you're here or you here. If you're here, they're going to be expecting you to pay. All right, this is sugar daddy for them. All right, so, and you can't be mad about it because you're 30 or 40 years old or 40 plus, you're dealing with someone 18 to 40, 24. You should be breaking her some better or teaching her something or something like that. So this don't apply to these two groups. But if you're here, you're good to go, and if you're here, you're good to go as far as whole phase free sex. And if they do want some dates, you gotta understand from 18 to 24 really doesn't take that much to impress a girl. You can take her to Fridays, get her for 2 for 20 appetizers. She good to go. Get her a Long Island. They pour it on Long Island's heavy at Fridays. She'll be good to go. Take her ass to Applebee's. Take her to Ruby Tuesdays. You ain't gotta do nothing too impressive, okay? But if you're here or you're here, you're gonna have to take her ass to Fleming's. You're gonna have to take her ass to Ruth Chris. You're gonna have to take her ass to Fogo de Chao, alright? But like I said, generally speaking, your average 18 to 24-year-old woman, she's going to be focused on school. She's going to be focused on figuring out what she wants to do. It's going to be a free sex whole phase period. This is probably the easiest time to get sex from women with a very low investment period. All right? Like I said, you don't really want to date these women anyway. They're going to be annoying. They don't know what the hell's going on. They don't really know who they are yet. So you don't really want to date here anyway. Now, 24 to 30, in my opinion, this is where you date and you look to marry. Right here. Why? Simple. From 24 to 30, they done graduated school, they're going to go to school. They done had their whole phase, most likely if they're going to have one. They done had their free sex period, most likely if they're going to have one. So now they done did all that. They done got their backs blown out by the hood dudes. They done got their backs blown out by the athletes. They done had that phase. So now it's time to, if they're smart, okay, it's time to let me start planning my life. What am I going to be looking at for the rest of my life? Who am I going to settle down with? Who am I going to have some kids with? Okay, if they want a career, they're probably working their career right here. If they want to start a business, whatever it is they're doing, they got a little bit more of a sense of direction and purpose here. Now, they might still be focusing on themselves here, okay? But this is still a good area to grab them because a lot of them are figuring out the next steps of their life. Women are moldable here. And that's a big thing. You can mold women at this age. This is one of the most moldable ages women to be. Because they still have that youth and that kind of, I'm figuring it out, but they also have a little bit of that more maturity. And like I said, you're in your field, you already have your degree. So there's a good balance. So you could come in as a man, especially if you're in one of these two age brackets, and kind of steer that ship, steer that boat the way you want that ship or boat to go. Okay, now some girls are still in a whole phase, free sex phase here. And like I said, some of them might be focused on school. That's okay. But generally, from 24 to 30, this is the spot you want to be as far as dating and marrying, all right? This is a very good spot to do that. Like I said, they're going to be moldable. They probably already graduated, they're probably in their career already, and they have a little bit of an idea of who they are, what type of woman they want to be. You can kind of mold them into what you want as a wife. They'll be very receptive to that at this age. Now, this period is what I like to call the Hail Mary period, all right? So we're going to say Hail Mary. Because pretty much any woman who wants any type of relationship, she's shooting for it right here. Alright? Now I'm gonna let you know right now. If she black, this is a good spot to date too. Alright? Look, let me put B-Dub. Alright? This is still, in my opinion, for B-Dubs, a good place to date or marry. Why? Black don't crack, alright? So a black woman, especially if she's been taking care of herself and she stayed in the gym and stuff, I'm telling you right now, a lot of them are at their sexual peak here. A lot of them, because they done filled out, the hips done expanded, their breasts done expanded, and they kind of got that youth from the melanin. So, to me, for black women, especially if she's on the lower end of this 30, like 35 and below, this is still a solid place to date or marry, okay? Now, the moldable, you might not get so much, because she all the way in her feminine frame here, but still, she got the right mindset in that frame. This is still a good spot to date or marry. Now, I'm going to say this right now. If she's a white woman, okay, or she's a Hispanic woman, this is a no-go. Look, right here. Nope, you ain't gonna do that. Now, I can add here, Asian women are pretty good here too. So we'll add an AW. Asian women are pretty good here too. But if she's white, I'm sorry for the white women who are watching, white women age like spoiled milk. You don't want to deal with a white woman from 30 to 40. You want to catch her right here. And this is why white dudes date young. Some people call them pedophiles and stuff, but I understand it. Again, the average white woman, the sun be kicking their ass. They got sunspots, liver spots all over the place. This is why a lot of white dudes shoot for here sometimes. Because they know they don't get you here or here. And even if they get you here, if you're on the upper end of your 20s, like 26, they got about 4 good years left, all right? So white women and then Hispanic women, I'm sorry, but as soon as you put a kid in a Hispanic woman, it really don't even matter which age bracket it is. She going like this anyway, okay? So I definitely wouldn't really shoot for her 34. I mean, she's 34 and she don't have any kids. Okay, she's still gonna look good, but that decline, man, when they have kids, they have a hard time snapping back. The best bet that Hispanic woman's gonna snap back is from 18, 24, or 24 to 30. 30 and up, I wouldn't really chance it with them neither, so they get a no, alright? So Asian women, black women, you can still date here. White women, Hispanic women, I personally wouldn't do it. Now, 40 plus, this is just gonna be a nope for me. So I know a lot of people are going to get mad. I know they're going to be like, well, I know someone who they got married at 40 and it worked out for them. I'm going to say, nope, guys, you can't really build a family with a woman who's 40 plus. We're way past geriatric pregnancy at that point. And any woman who wanted a family, she had all this time, okay? I want you guys to understand, this is basically an over 20-year period that she had to get a man. And you trying to tell me she couldn't get one? Now, again, if you focused on your career here to here, I'm still saying it's okay, especially if you're not a white woman or a Hispanic woman. But if you focused on your career, was getting your life together all the way up to here, and that's your excuse, and you're not trying to tell me that you ran through, and you're not trying to tell me that you're crazy, and that's why nobody wants you, and you was focused on your career, and it took you 22 damn years to get your career now, I still say no. I still don't want you. You're off the radar, okay? This is a no-go. This is a no-go. Sorry. Like, this is past the danger zone. This is a no-go. I would not recommend for any dude to date here. The only way I would recommend a dude to date here is if he already got kids. If he's divorced, if you've been divorced or you got kids already, alright, then it's okay for you to go ahead and date down here, alright? That's the only way I'd say you can go ahead and deal with that. But in any other circumstance, nope, I wouldn't even mess with them for fun, because honestly, if you do, you got your life together, you can go here, here, and here for fun if you wanted to. I just leave them alone. They're usually bitter. They're usually upset. They're mad deep down. I don't care what they say out of their mouths. No woman's 40 plus and actually wants a family and is not upset if she gets to this point and doesn't have one. That's the reality. So you don't want to deal with that. That's a lot of emotional trauma. That's a lot of baggage. I pass. That's my dating strategies by age. Like I said, there's always some exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, this is how you can pretty much handle women based upon their age brackets before you get to know their personality, because that takes time. I'm Alex and I'm out. Peace.